draft for Mudgolems to prove themselves here, because when we look at this Mudgolems team, we always say the same thing. They don't really prioritize Skitter, and he often ends up having a bad game. Not entirely his own fault, they just don't really seem to prioritize him very much. And this is the kind of game where he needs to have a good game. If he's not doing stuff, then I don't think his entire team's going to be doing stuff. But they do have this Magnus to try and enable him just a little bit. But beyond that, they don't really have much amplification coming.
Honestly, I would have loved to have seen this Mirana. Oh, Milan gonna get gone up for a bit.
Nice arrow.
GH gonna be arrowed. Yeah. That's going to be a lot of damage onto GH.
Oh, no, the tag team as well. Goodbye, sir. But Tusk is probably going to be trading his life for this one, as Kuro should be able to bring him down. Wee's going to come across. He wants the gold, and he's going to be able to take down Milan. Meanwhile, Miracle taking a decent amount of damage. They've got the arrow available in 2 seconds. Will they land it? Let's see. Arrow tempted. He doesn't actually go for it, realizing that it's just not going to happen. Miracle's going to be able to get himself away, and that is going to put an end to things. Meanwhile, the bounty rune should go to 33 if he can run there in time. Yeah, he cannot. Bro's not even going for it, so that's going to mean the bounty rune's going 3 actually for the Mudgolems.
Ooh, pretty big. And Mirana's the one who got the kill, so the position 5. She actually buys a Wraith Band right away, interestingly enough, on the plus 5 here. But that's all good. So I was going to say that I would have liked to have seen NP as a 5 and maybe Mirana as a 3 instead, playing with the Tusk. That would have been a lot of kill threat on the Anti-Mage and the Crystal Maiden, in my opinion. And then that way, you can actually guarantee to face this Void's lane a little bit more. But maybe with this first blood from Fada and getting that Wraith Band, it might just be enough to be able to harass this Mars out of the lane.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering as well. And starting off with this arrow landing onto the Mars is a really nice way for Fada to enter the lane, just gets him down nice and early. Doesn't have a salve, only has one on GH, so either forcing that out early or just kind of putting the harassment onto mind control and giving Skidder a free time is exactly what they want to do. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Miracle's in some trouble. Frostbite comes out onto the Nature's Prophet. Milan is on top of Miracle, though. Does he have the flick? He does not. He's still level 1. He's just going to get run down by Milan at 33. Massive kills, and they might not be done here. Moving forward onto Kuro. They have a lot of damage to output here with the right clicks are going under the tower for it. Kuro's going to turn around, get the Frostbite out onto Milan, but the right clicks come in from 33. He gets a double kill on this Nature's Prophet. Great start to these side lanes from Mudgolems.
Absolutely huge. If 33 goes back, gets an early power treads, this Anti-Mage is going to hate his life. And not only that, he's walking back to the top lane because he had to TP, right? And now, that's it. This is terrible. This is literally the worst possible situation. Like, that level 1 play that occurred created such a big ripple effect. Like, Mudgolems have already got 1,000 gold lead now just because of this.
Yeah, that is a bit problematic. Meanwhile, we got a roll in down in the bottom lane as Skitter connects onto GH. The GH connects onto Skitter, and London is going to hold him still against that tree as well, but we'll be able to make it back under the tower. They don't have the damage to actually kill him off. Do they have a salve between them? Doesn't look like
they do. They do.
Oh, they do.
Fada already salved them. Yeah, it was good. This is what they need to help Skitter out. And you know, Nigma, they understand. They got to pressure up this Void, especially if their AI is struggling the way he is right now. He's going for pulls. He's still level 1 on Miracle. I've never seen Miracle have like this bad of a lane. And it all started because of that level 1 play and having to TP onto the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, this is the worst possible start any carry has had in the tournament so far. I feel fairly safe in saying that as well.
Very rough. And also, Kuro has spent a lot of mana as well on the level 1 engagement with its Frostbites. Oof.
Yeah, it's not the dreamy scenarios, but you know, he's going to start hitting some creeps, Miracle, and they won't be able to keep him down that long unless they can continue the aggression onto him. Might be easier said than done. Milan even looking now onto Kuro. They want to try and drop the Crystal Maiden. Miracle coming in to deal a bit of damage. Meanwhile, they take down mind control in the bottom lane. Kuro goes down at top. Miracle has to jump himself away here, but they lose their Crystal Maiden. They don't get anything in response for it. Meanwhile, down at bottom, they do get the kill onto mind control on the Mars. So really, really strong side lanes coming out from Mudgolems. They are absolutely walking this laning phase currently. Is there better news in the middle lane, Steven?
Well, we're checking out the mid lane. Looks pretty even. It's as I expect. Magnus can't really have a lot of pressure onto Zeus unless we walks down to the river in front of Magnus and he gets screwed into the tower. So GH gonna take the haste and try to kill this Supreme right now.
Supreme and we are kind of
Supreme's pretty
each other
dead
now, but yeah, there's a spirit coming through. Okay, things liven up in the middle lane as Nigma may be able to get themselves a kill. I'm not entirely sure why the Magnus kind of stuck around there after seeing this Earth Spirit going for the other rune, but just kind of felt like he wanted to trade with Zeus, realizing it'd come off better if it was just the two of them, not really predicting, and now he moves up to the top lane. GH with the rotations onto Milan, they're not going to be able to save him. He is gone. 2 kills chained up with 1 haste rune from GH. That is value right there.
Yeah, he realizes he can't make any plays bottom, goes for the rune, finds a haste, gets a kill, sees he can connect top for another kill. I mean, GH's rotations is how Nigma's going to be able to get back into this game. We saw this in yesterday's series as well against OG. This man, he knows the angles. He knows where he needs to be to get those kills for his team.
Radiant are scanning.
Got his roller skates on, and he is skating around from lane to lane, getting as much done as possible. Far jumps in. He's kind of giving his life for this one. We're going to be able to bring him down with a Thunder Gods, but Milan comes through. He's going to be able to clean up the mid laner. That is very, very much worth it. As they trade Fana for Weeha over by the bounty rune spot.
Seems like, well played. Thank you for kicking this out of the lane. Also to mention, we did start with a kill. Maybe that's why he was having a little bit of an edge over the Magnus, getting that free null right away. But I mean, this is what Zeus does, right? He just goes to the lane, he spams the waves out, he gets a bottle, he has a bunch of regen with all his nulls, and he's just playing for XP anyway. You know, he doesn't really win any lanes. He kind of just farms a lot.
Nope. Milan in the middle lane. Onside observer, and they're actually going pretty aggressive onto the Zeus. GH is coming in on this one, and they've also got Cool. Nice kick. Party. Milan is going to get killed off as GH saves Wee. Gets him out with the kick, and actually Supreme could be in some trouble. Does have a skewer, has an RP as well. GH gets around the side, but the arrow connecting from Fada. Can he bring him down? Few more right clicks will be needed from the Mirana. She can't do it. Kuro gets off the frostbite. They will finish the job onto Fada with the right clicks from the CM. 33 here as well, as they have finished off GH. 33 and Supreme got that kill at the very least. It did cost them an RP though, and they don't bring down the big boy. The Zeus is alive.
That looked like Magnus was having a little bit of a tough time. So that arrow, not only, you know, he had a chance to kill Wee, but also sacrificing himself for Supreme. And this is going to allow them to take the tower now too. This is a big tower take from Mudgolems right now.
Yeah,
6 minutes.
Has fallen.
Nigma just don't want to move in their Mars to try and defend that one. You know, he's not really got the levels or farms to be able to do anything against these heroes, so they're just going to have to let it go. And Mudgolems, can they keep hold of their advantage through the game is now becoming the question, because right now they are feeling very strong in this match.
Damn, I'm really enjoying this Fada Mirana right now. Like, even though he's just a position 5, he's playing like he's a core. Just running around the map and creating some kind of chaos. And Skitter, he's going to be level 6 soon. We're probably going to see a play onto mind control. Oh, nice combination. Thunder God's Wrath.
Destroyed. He gets destroyed. Yeah, I mean, just the chain lockdowns into the Thunder Gods. It's too much damage for this Isis Void to be able to try and walk away.
Fada looking to try and remove Catapult bottom. There's a fight top though at the moment. GH is here again.
He is indeed, and Milan is caught out. He's going to get finished off, and now the roll forward from GH doesn't quite connect onto 33. Doing some nice movements here, 33, but GH with the body blocks gets a couple off. 33 will be able to get past him, and that means that the Nature's Prophet will survive and actually dropping down the trees. We've got some more heroes coming in. No, actually cancelling that TP. They don't want to turn this into a fight up in the top lane.
Yeah, he's got 21 charges. Supreme just was trying to TP there. He's only has like, what, 500 HP? Wasn't really going to feel comfortable if he's laning with the Nature's Prophet. He needs to farm and cancel his team. Oh, Wee though. Is he going to get? Nope, he's good.
Alright, yeah, the shards won't quite connect. Milan though, trying to make this happen maybe a bit too hard, trying to fight in for the rune, but Wee's able to grab it. A skewer across his very life though, and once again the kick away. GH tries to get up the high ground. It's not enough to save the Zeus, but it is enough to save him. They'll get themselves away on the Earth Spirit, but they still lose the Zeus.
He needs to be way more careful than this. I know he wants to go for the rune, but if it's just an illusion, maybe it's just better to just give it away. There's so much global presence for that Nature's Prophet. Magnus had like, what, 1 second left on the RP, so you had to have known like that RP was up or was about to be up anyway.
And gotta say, you know, Miracle, even though he had a horrible first 4 minutes of the game, like one of the worst we've seen in the tournament so far, he's fine now. Like he is genuinely absolutely fine.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. I mean,
roll in onto Milan, controlling Mud Miracle coming in as well. He gets off the snowball onto Kuro in time, but there's no one coming to save him. They are leaving Milan for dead. Nice little shots coming out. One's being popped as well. Supreme comes forward. The turnaround kill is actually going to happen. Now Supreme really wants to get in and find himself an RP onto someone here. Sees GH, might be forced to pop it. Skewer come through. Miracle jumping on top of 33, trying to bring him down. He can't get off the RP because the Miracle actually brings him down with the Mana Void onto the Nature's Prophet. That was beautiful from Miracle. He gets himself a double kill, and now he is top of the net worth charts. How does he do it every single time?
The 2 kills he got onto the Tusk, that kind of helped him a lot, and because Tusk has been roaming around, Anti-Mage has been able to pretty much fight 2v1 against the Nature's Prophet, so that kind of helped him out. I'm only imagining like what it could have been if Nigma had complete free farm on minute 1, right? Because they weren't going to pressure him up had he not needed to TP into the lane and lost all his HP. Miracle, he is so strong right now. It was really awkward engagement from Mudgolems too, because the Faceless Boy did TP bottom with his Chrono and Mask of Madness, so he couldn't really join up with his team onto the top play.
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward. Not quite bringing the numbers to these engagements here for the Mudgolems, and that's really what cost them what was a huge early game advantage is now pretty much even. Nigma played it beautifully.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
The whole time we've just kind of been farming creeps, you know, he's been getting involved in the engagements a little bit, but mostly he's just been hitting these creeps, hitting the jungle creeps, pushing out the mid lane. He's having a fine old time.
Definitely, and he had an insane amount of impact in that top engagement. His arc lining was just hitting everything.
Yeah.
This spell is not a joke. It's 150 damage on a 1.6 second cooldown, and he just kept spamming that. That's how Mudgolems just kind of got withered away.
Certainly is. They're feeling the wrath of the Zeus currently. Now, Mudgolems, how do you want to see them playing right now? Do you want to see them making moves with Chrono
like this? No, what they're doing right now is exactly what they should have been doing. They got this mid tower up at 6 minutes. They got the Faces Void with the Mask of Madness. He's got the Chrono. They just need to be taking away the creep camps of Nigma. And this is what they're doing by going to the triangle. So Anti-Mage is going to feel a little bit awkward for the time being, since he doesn't have his Battle Fury yet.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As long as they do this, eventually Nigma are going to probably run into Mudgolems, and they should be able to get some kills off of that. They see Miracle right now. They want him, but there's a ward.
Yeah, very hard hero to bring down. Meanwhile, I do want to point out that Nigma actually went for a smoke gank up to the top lane, but some great positioning from Fada on this high ground actually allowed her to pop the CM smoke. She just jumped herself away, keeping herself safe, but that allowed her to tell 33, you know, get out of top lane, buddy. Go down to the bottom lane. It's safer for you there. And that completely diffused Nigma's rotation. And now it's rotation time for Mudgolems. They're going to go with Skitter, Milan, and Supreme, the old 3-man smoke, like we're very used to seeing. As one shows on map down at bottom.
Well, this is more like a 4-man smoke, right? Because you have 33 who can just teleport into the fight and use his Wrath of Nature as well. So they're just like letting Fada pretty much show around on some vision. So they think like Mudgolems are playing near Fada, but in reality, they're already top. Nice smoke break from GH there.
Yep. Even steals the rune in the process and just rolls himself away the moment he sees someone. The snowball's not able to connect.
So much space right now for Miracle because of all this that's happening. Mudgolems have not been able to get a kill for like the last, 3 minutes now? Even though they've been looking for a fight.
I mean, I imagine Supreme's going to start to come alive when he gets his Blink Dagger. He's only 200 gold away, so should have it very shortly. And that's really when I want to see this side of Mudgolems go for a play.
Ooh.
Got this Blink.
That's the thing. I'm not so sure Blink is the best choice for Supreme. Can't help but feel like you should just... Yeah. Just go the Echo Saber, allow yourself to top Skitter first. Nice arrow. Is it enough?
Yeah, Aaron's going to control him up. Is it enough to keep him alive, though? He turns around, tries to go for the Chrono, but he's going to get killed off by Kuro with the freezing field. They just about get enough to finish the job. Oh, Skitter, I can't help but feel he could have gotten a time walk off there, but nevertheless, 33, he's going to get speared up straight away. Kuro mind control under the tower. They're looking for some revenge here on Mudgolems, but they are just not going to find it.
He cannot get the time walk off because of the Frostbite. That was on top of him, but if he chronoed, he might have actually been able to live.
There you go then. Kuro, meanwhile, in some trouble, being beaten down by Supreme. GH trying to find the angle. Of course he finds it, but Supreme blinks ahead, tries to get on top of him. The shard's going to come out, maybe help out, but actually forces Supreme to have to RP him. But still not doing enough damage. Spear's going to come through as well. GH finally will fall, though. It costs them a lot, but they bring down the Earth Spirit. But still, it's only 2 support kills for the side of Mudgolems, and when Miracle's just kind of farming up, he's nearly hitting his Battle Fury timing. You kind of need to be getting a bit more than that.
Like a good bottle.
Well, Nomad, you know what the anti-mage game is like, right?
Take us.
For a lot of these professional players, they understand that when the enemy gets a Battle Fury on the anti-mage, that's actually the biggest, weakest point. Oh,
and they get on top of him. 3 heroes surrounding. He's gone. Tries to go for the TP away. It's admirable, but not nearly enough to get him out of there. Nice rotation in from Mudgolems. Gets him the kill onto the Zeus.
So you would think that this anti-mage, you know, it's like a clock or something that you're on and got Battle Fury, it's gonna farm fast, but in reality, Nigma can't really fight with this anti-mage. So all these engagements are just gonna be like 4 versus 5. And Mudgolems are gonna take full advantage of that.
Bye-bye Milan in the middle lane, just gets kind of comboed up by a bunch of Nigma heroes, come swarming in on him and get a revenge kill onto the Tusk.
Scanning.
They're even looking for more here. I mean, they do have an arena. Mind control, definitely wants to think about slowing it down, but he's just going to grab that bounty nice and safely. Sees the stack, but I'm not sure they're going to do much about it.
I don't feel so good without the Tusk being alive. That tag team has been a big source of damage from Mudgolem. So Nigma right now, they just need to, you know, survive for the next 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, anti-mage will already have Manta style. That's when Nigma want to like be fighting 5v5 if ever they want to fight 5v5. Mudgolems, like this 5 minutes, that's their window to actually play aggressively. If they don't, then I think they're just going to be kind of giving away their timing.
Mind control, jumping onto Fada, up in the top lane. Goodbye, Mirana. Another kill going the way off Nigma. Again, just sniping off these supports, and these kills, they might not seem like much, but to be honest, it is making a lot of space for the anti-mage. It's causing Mudgolems to not be as 5. And because of this, they're just not really making the plays. I mean, this Faceless Void hasn't even landed a chrono yet, I don't think. Like, has he used one? I'm fairly sure he hasn't.
I don't think so either. I think he really hasn't found the opportunity to do so. Like you said, every time someone's dead, Mudgolems is like, okay, just wait for this hero to be alive. And then before that hero's alive, someone else died. And you're like, oh, let's wait for this hero to be alive. And all of a sudden, anti-mage has like, what, 2 minutes of complete free farm? Because his team is creating these small pickups. What Mudgolems need to do is just group up as 5, control some area. You can even threaten Roshan if you want to, and make Nigma come out and try to fight you.
Supreme's going to run in, no hesitation on that RP, getting on top of the Zeus, and they'll be able to bring him down together. They have more than enough damage between Milan and Supreme. A nice little kill onto the Zeus at mid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Something, but if this does not lead into more fights from Nigma or, you know, tower takes, I'm not so sure it really matters. Miracle, there's no pressure really on him right now, or on the rest of his team.
There's not. I mean, that said though, there is a Magnus and a Faceless Void on the enemy team, so they're farming very quickly as well. That's why we're not seeing Miracle really pull ahead particularly. He will be able to farm faster than them, but those two are going to be hot on his heels. If Miracle does make any missteps, then he is going to get out of farm.
Skitter also went for the Midas this game. I like this a lot, that he goes for the Midas here. Because you know Nigma isn't really going to fight into you. He really has no threat of dying for the time being. Wants that attack speed. Pretty good building, killing off anti-mage if he ever catches him by himself.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Man, that's a dream to catch Miracle by himself, but he's not going to make that easy at all. His game sense is too good. Won't be farming in anywhere where he can get caught out too easily.
Here we go.
Pressure
tower
coming
take
in the bottom lane. Yeah, they're starting to make some movements in, put some pressure.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
NP.
middle
Oh,
tower
33
is
also
under
going
attack.
for a Solar Crest now after the Glimmer Cave. I love this item build. A really good item against anti-mage as well. Removing his armor.
Out onto 33. He's okay though. Back himself away. Meanwhile, they're actually going to be able to connect with a snowball onto GH. They're going to try and bring him down. Chrono Spear comes down as well with a spear. Immediately connecting for the face of the boy. He drops a Chrono and dies instantly. Skinner and Milan both taken out of the engagement. GH has dropped for this, but I mean, more than worth it. And now Supreme on the run from Miracle, who has a double damage, trying to hide, gets a blink away. Nice jukes from Supreme to get him out of this one. But Fada might not be so lucky if Miracle can find it, but doesn't look like he can. The nighttime vision favors the Mirana. She gets away. Meanwhile, 33 might not quite be so lucky as he gets cornered by the Zeus and by mind control. The Mars and the Zeus will bring him down, making it a very, very nice trade for Nigma. And that was the Chrono fight as well. They had RP, they had Blink, they had everything they could have wanted, and it just didn't go their way.
I hate to say this so much, but that was a pretty bad Chrono. You're throwing it onto a Crystal Maiden and possibly the Earthspray. He actually missed the Earthspray there, but you want to save that spell for the Zeus, right? Like, you want to be waiting for the Zeus to show himself where he bolts or lightning, then you get him, or maybe even a Mars, like a core kill. But he got a bit too anxious because he hasn't been able to use it the whole game.
Adios Milan, although Kura's getting pretty low here. They will be able to kill them off without too much difficulty though.
Okay.
So. Yeah, that was one of those fights where you kind of really needed to win that one on Mudgolems.
I mean, you had all your heroes there. It was just a bad usage of their spells, I feel like. And Nigma, even Miracle, he doesn't have Mantis, but he's like, wait, hold on. Anti-V just used Chrono, and he didn't kill any of my cores. It was like the perfect... Sorry, Void used Chrono, he didn't kill any of my cores. Like, time to go in. Let's go. Let's take this fight. 4 versus 5. I don't mind. No Manta, no problem.
Okay. Mind control doesn't pop the dust there. Gotta be tempted to, but
Seeds of fortune.
we want RT coming down onto the Zeus and also the Kuro as well. Very nice pick off here. Unfortunately, Skinner jumps in and immediately gets silenced up and beat him down. Oh no! The faceless Void falls once again. Supreme desperately trying to kill Wee. Milan's gonna come in, finish the job. Will give his life for this one though, and it's gonna be a 2-for-3 trade in the end for the team Enigma. Once more, they make a very, very profitable trade, taking down both the big cores on the side of Mudgolems and losing their Zeus and their CM.
Well, I
No. I mean, it was a nice pick from the Magnus, but unfortunately his team just wasn't there to really follow up on that one, and they end up making a very awkward trade.
Radiant structures are fortified.
If the Tusk didn't just go in there for the suicide kill onto the Zeus, that would have looked really, really bad. They at least managed to get the Zeus up, but losing your position 1 and 2.
Radiant's middle tower.
And this Void's farm has pretty much just halted right there. He's been at that net worth for like, what, a couple minutes now. And the anti-mage has really overtaken him. It's Manta time. He's going for a Halberd possibly next on anti-mage 2. Like, this is where Miracle is going to kick in. The time where Mudgolems were stronger than Nigma, they did not get enough out of the map.
Trying to jump in with a spear there, doesn't quite land it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Michael Joe's been having an absolute stonker of a game on this Mars, by the way. Like, he was the one who made that Chrono Spear extra awful by landing that spear the moment the Void jumps in. He gets speared up. His Chrono is just completely useless in that early engagement.
Exactly. I mean, that Chrono should have never came out there. That's pretty much the base. Like, the moment it came out, I'm like, oh no, this is not gonna look good for Mudgolems. And on top of that, he actually did use the time walk in, right? Like, when you play Void, you need to time walk in when you're getting the hero who can actually kill you as well, or do a lot of damage to you. But he didn't do it. That's where the Mars and the Zeus come in and just kind of destroyed him.
Golem's kind of just chilling on the top side of the map. Seems like they were considering Roshan, and Nigma certainly thought they were up to something because they scanned the Roche pit, but it doesn't come up red, so they know nothing's going on, but they are smoking themselves across. Night Shadow comes out from the side of Mudgolems as well. Pop Miracle smoke. He's going to jump himself away. The Thunder God's going to give them that vision, and they will know exactly where these enemy heroes are.
That was a pretty good call on Miracle to just get out of there, even though he was thinking about doing something. If he got Yuled up by the Mirana, then arrowed, it could have been interesting for Mudgolems to just commit to that fight. They can somehow catch Miracle first. That's really good for them.
Yeah, that's huge, but hero catch him.
And the player as well, right? He's one of the most elusive carries.
Yes, quite a slippery fellow. Precocious little scamp, this Miracle fellow. So right now, it does feel like Mudgolems have kind of hit a wall. You know, they have their ultimates up and they're not going for a play. That's when you know things are looking pretty bad for a team. If they've got RP and Chrono up and they're still not really comfortable enough to go can make some engagements happen, then, well, you know, there's been problems. And that's because the last player they made, it got scouted out, and now Miracle's pushing bottom, and they're a little bit slow to respond with the aggression on top. And yeah, this team's just really kind of not very much at the moment. Up top. Uh-oh, they managed to catch out Fada. Fada trying to get herself away, does have herself a leap, not going to throw it down though, just kind of accepts her fate instead. Well, they lose one. Nigma rotate everybody up to the top lane. Kind of something. Oh, smoke up from the side of Mudgolems. This is interesting. They're trying to fight without their Mirana. Nigma also smoking into them currently. They see Miracle farming. If they can blow him up quickly enough, this might not be bad. The Chrono Sphere gets dropped down, but Milan's inside it. He did get off the tag team in time. Skinner with the BKB, just trying to bring him down. RP onto 3. That is pretty damn tasty. Can they finish the job, though? They're trying to fight through them. Supreme so low, he's going to lose his life. Skinner has to back himself away, despite the RP coming out, and it was pretty damn good. It's still not enough to turn the tables onto Nick, but they do bring down the anti-mage though. Thundergod's Wrath going to finish off 33. Meanwhile, that punch up the Crystal Maiden and get the return kill on Mudgolems onto that CM. We just going up to the high ground, mind control running the other way. Who do they want? They want to try and go for this Zeus, but this Zeus is pretty damn speedy with these boots of travel. I don't think they've got the movement to get on top of him and bring him down. Arrow not gonna land here. We will escape, but they are still going. They're using the Moonlight Shadow to try and run this guy down all the way across the map. He's
gonna run into them.
No, he's run into everybody. Weehar takes the wrong turning, and he's gonna get finished off by Mudgolems. All right, they find themselves a fight. They managed to actually do it. I mean, it took a decent Chrono onto the AM. I mean, just dropped with a Chrono onto the AM. It wasn't decent, it was just an AM. But then the amazing RP to follow up as well. But they do manage to take a fight.
Yeah, that's what we were looking at, right? Like, they got to get the start of the fight onto Miracle. So even if he does get the mant off, he's only going to be low HP. He has to blink out. Then they can just take the fight 5 versus 4. But that was a perfect Magnus RP right after the Chrono. You couldn't have had a better play there coming from Supreme.
Roche being attempted. Yeah, he's going to run straight into the pit. Miracle going to join him as well. The Mana Void doing so much damage. They're going to get a couple of heroes inside this snowball just to try and get them out. And by a couple, I mean pretty much everybody. And now they jump on top of GH, but they've released themselves out of the pit. Nigma now coming into the engagement, looking for some kills. Mind control. They're going to have to control him up here. And Fada's going to do exactly that with the yields to stop him jumping forwards and getting off that arena. But I feel like Milan's days on this earth may well be numbered. He's going to go for the snowball across onto the creep. That's going to get him not out of danger. Unfortunately, is still going to get finished off here. Chronosphere still not available for another 45 seconds, so Nigma will just be able to continue the pressure up here in the top.
We're going to have an RP soon.
Yeah.
We'll have an RP soon. Really good call from Nigma though. They're like, guys, Chrono's down, Mag RP is down. What are we afraid of? Even if there's 5 heroes in the pit. So GH just goes in like a madman. Anti-mage blinks in, burns the mana, gets a massive mana void. I mean, this team just really understands like what spells are available and if he is able to die or not.
Tried to think of down to the Zeus, but Zeus had the illusion rune to dodge the Yule's arrow combo. But meanwhile, Miracle, he's inside Roche and he's nearly finished it. They need to do something about this, but unfortunately, Mudgolems, they're just not in the neighborhood. They didn't really have an idea of going for this road. Yeah.
Huss being dead. He did buy back in the last fight.
Supreme in some trouble up here in the top lane. Blink across to the tree line. I like this play, and it is going to pay off. Ooh, that was close. He under-blinked there deliberately to try and dodge the Zeus's lightning bolt, which the lightning bolt was a little bit late anyway, but still really nicely done.
Mind control also got Fada bottom with the arena. Caught him out. That was happening.
Alrighty, well, the difference between these carries is about 3k currently. Has that factor. Okay, Milan making some unfortunate mistakes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So it looks like Miracle went for just a casual Sange, get that little bit of extra HP, and now just going for the Abyssal Blade. He needs that Abyssal against the Faceless Void. And what Skitter's gonna look to do is get that Butterfly before that Abyssal comes out. Because if he can get that Butterfly, even if AM goes on top of him, he might be able to dodge enough hits and still have enough mana to drop the Chrono right afterwards.
Yeah. Time will cost the initial damage as well, could be really nice. So yes, Skinner doing everything he can to just survive in the vacuum against the anti-mage. Meanwhile, this Magnus, he's going for the BKB next. Still feeling pretty poor for a mid Magnus, but that's kind of made up by the fact that 33 has himself an AC.
He's gigantic on 33.
Pretty hard. Oh, Miracle. Get down, Mr. President. Jumps on top of the arrow to save his support and actually get able to turn this into a kill onto Fada here, it looks like. The Nimbus will finish the job. Fada's going to go down. A very nice little play from Nigma. And now, well, they're looking in towards the mag, but this might not be going the way they thought, but they're going to drop down the BKB in the arena on the Mars. They're going to come through. He's got himself the Chronosphere if he wants to use it, but the RP comes onto the AM. Skinner just can't make up his mind on what he wants. He wants the Chrono here. He's just unfaking it through the entire engagement. His indecision means no Chrono today. The mag dies for nothing and drops the RP and gets nothing for it. Did you want to see a Chrono there?
I don't think... I think he just needs to hit the anti-mage. He doesn't need to cast the Chrono. He already popped the BKB. He's got like 9 seconds or 8 seconds. Just hit the AM, right? He was thinking about dropping the Chrono, but he knows that anti-mage has an Aegis. If he drops the Chrono, then when the AM's alive, they're just going to go straight into the high ground. So he didn't want to drop the Chrono. But you can still man up. You have plenty of damage with the items that you have. Maybe you could have just tried to kill the AM off without popping the Chrono, and next time you can try to Chrono him. Yeah, very indecisive in that moment. I think he's feeling very pressured in this game with how things are playing out.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna drop it. No. And now we have Milan dying in the middle lane. Unfortunately, is having some problems with this Nimbus. Self-killed off. Still an astronomical lead from the side of Nigma. 7k gold advantage. Most of that is on their AM.
They see him though. Mirana.
Yeah. Mirana.
Peace out.
I don't know. They're not really following up. They have got a Nimbus in 14 seconds, so yeah, Fada should be okay. I'm going to say she's fine. I might be lying to you guys though. With the dust. Oh no! The connect. Oh geez, she's been thrown around like a ragdoll. This is brutal. It's like lion playing with a cub. Ouch. Well, there we go.
Tossed around. Butterfly is complete.
This is laid out onto Supreme in the middle lane. He's just going to get completely eliminated by Weeha and Miracle. Completely destroyed on this Magnus. Dares to show himself. And that's the Abyssal Blade debuted by Miracle.
Really rough. Here from Magnus. Mr. Supreme. This is looking more and more like a off-lane Magnus at the moment.
Have learned nothing.
Just 10k gold, 30 minutes in. Yeah, I mean, normally you would like to see your mid-mag just being gigantic, right? Because he's constantly farming Ancients early on in the game. But we didn't really see him focus on that.
Oh, Milan. Sweet little Milan. He's going to get silenced up and pulled down once again. The Nimbus comes down on top of him, and Miracle's going to claim another kill. Just wanted some creeps. Just wanted to do something to this creep wave, but unfortunately, Nigma say no, and they get the kill onto that Tusk, and this might even be an invitation for them to go high ground with its Aegis.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And there you go. Miracle with his double damage, with this Abyssal Blade, with his Aegis for another 13 seconds. They are feeling more than confident.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
2 heroes dead. Completely outnumbered on the side of Mudgolems. They're gonna let this Rax fall.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Well, arrow dodge, Miracle.
Oh, what?
Heals up, okay. Aegis is running out. RP comes down onto 2. That's not bad. Now, can they follow up? The arena comes down, but Skinner's on top of them with the Chronosphere. Do they have the damage to get through this anti-mage? I think they bloody well do. He's gone, but they get trade Supreme for it. But Kuro and Miracle will both fall. Nigma now just need to leave. They have lost their big carry player. Can they get any more is a question on the side of Mudgolems. And the answer seems to be so far no. The Eos comes down onto the Spirit, mind control, threatening with the Spear, just chasing them back a little bit. The Snowball is not going to connect as Milan just running forward. They want the big target. They get on top of him, they rinse it. And now GH rolls into the engagement, pops the Magnetize, just trying to get one return kill onto Milan, but that's not going to happen. Now they move across, looking for mind control as well as he's on the run. He's got a Blink Dagger available in 1 second. They get the end on top of him. Nicely done from Milan. Snowball coming through as well. He's got that BKB though. This could be Milan in some trouble. Can they get the Bash? Skinner? Oh, first hit Bash, baby. There it is. Get him. And now, well, this Mars, unfortunately, is very dead. Mind Control's going to lose his life, and a big old punch to the face to finish the job from Milan, and that is going to be a full 5-man team wipe. Even though the Crystal Maiden has respawned by now, I can promise you it was indeed a full 5-man team wipe. Crystal Maiden with a Crimson Guard, which I've only just noticed, by the way. But let's talk about the last fight for a minute, because how did they... well, we know how they do it, but I want to hear it from you.
I just want to ask you for... Kuro might be just dead here. Oh, yeah, he's super dead.
No, dude. He's tanky.
One more
Crimson Guard.
He's pretty tanky. There's a Sprout.
Come at me. Yeah.
Okay, so did you notice how Miracle was about to blink out, then he canceled, then he just stood there for a second and let himself get Yuled? Right? Like, that's how it all started. I don't know why Miracle did that. I don't know if he was being cocky or something, but like, if he just blinked out, none of that would have occurred, right? They would have got a free Rax, they would have backed off, they would have just reset, but instead, he got himself Yuled, RP came, screwed into the tower, Chrono came, I think Skitter even messed up his like time walk a little bit, but they just had enough damage, right? You got the Solar Crest on the NP to throw it onto the Void. Void has a Butterfly, he does an insane amount of damage. And once AM is dead, like, it's not strong anymore. It's that point in the game where anti-mage is pretty much everything. So, yeah, he cannot afford to be the first one caught out, and he cannot afford to die, actually. Like, if it's okay if they go on one of his teammates and he finds the angle to jump someone in the backline, but they cannot... Nigma cannot allow Miracle to be the first one jump.
Radiant are scanning.
That's really weird. I don't know why he stopped there. Like, he literally just froze for like a second. Like, he canceled his blink animation and he just stood there.
Yeah, possibly try to bait something. Who knows? Thunder Gods comes down as Mind Control jumps forwards, but immediately they're going to swarm on top of Milan, who blinks into this engagement. He's going to lose his life. GH trying to cause some problems in the backline. Supreme pops the BKB, tries to bring down the Earth Spirit, won't be able to do so. And now, well, it's looking a little bit awkward for the side of Mudgolems. They need to get themselves away from this one because they're currently outnumbered. They're going to jump in, drop the Chrono Spear onto the illusion. They get completely baited. Skitter, no. They get the Crystal Maiden. Oh, the first hit bash. Or maybe no, it's actually just a bash. And they're going to attempt to take down Skitter. What a goddamn bait from the anti-mage, using the Manta illusion in style to bait out the Chrono Spear. I mean, that could just be... No, it's not game just yet. They still got another chance, Mudgolems, but man, that is so brutal.
Yeah, they're hunting 33 right now, and the lanes are getting pushed out too. Oh, rip 33. Is he? No, they don't have anything to stop him. Okay.
It's alright. It's alright.
That was on cooldown as BKB. So that last fight, the first point of contact was mind control, right? So they weren't able to get onto Miracle. Milan blinked past mind control to go to Miracle, but he just got blown up right away with the help of the Zeus and the anti-mage. Next time, Mudgolems, like, they gotta find the right angle to catch Miracle. And if they see mind control, they might have to just ignore him first.
So even though they've got RP, Nigma are going to be able to take this Roche for free because they just cancelled his TP out in the bottom lane. Scream just tried to push the wave, went into the trees to TP away, and then they sniped him with the Nimrod, so he can't actually come and do anything about this Roche. So Nigma are going to be able to take it for free. Not that they would have been able to contest anyway with Basin's Void.
They need the Void. Damage. Stunlocks. Miracle with an Aegis. This is exactly what he needed.
Radiant's middle
Do you feel like
attack.
they could have just played the top and the mid side of the map and just waited for Aegis on the side of Mudgolems? So taking that away from Miracle seems like the best thing that Mudgolems could game instead of actually trying to make a play.
Not unskewered.
I'm not sure if Nigma would have just come at them though the moment that Roshan was up anyway. Like maybe Mudgolems didn't have
but that's good
to win a Roche fight without the Chrono.
Because if Nigma come at you, then that way you have a chance to kill the anti-mage, right? He won't be just split pushing, right?
Yeah, maybe it was a little bit ambitious to go into the enemy triangle and try and force the play too hard. That didn't work out for them, but they're actually going for the two-man support at the bottom lane. This might be successful. Oh, it worked. Damage coming down onto. Can they do the jump? Yes, they can. Oh man, Fatter and Milan, the two-man support plays. I don't really care if they die here. This is feeling good. Milan, he's going to run into the enemy fountain for safety. Unfortunately, there takes no mercy. They will get the 2 return kills. Meanwhile, yeah, Kuro's probably in some trouble here. The little Crystal Maiden trying to run herself away. Come on, pop the Crimson Guard. Yeah, turn around, Kuro.
It actually works.
Dude, Crystal Maiden.
That's crazy.
2 chunky.
Crimson Guard. Yeah. Normally you would think that hero is just dead if a position 2 mag and a position 1 void is on top of you, but that Crimson actually managed to keep him alive. And Supreme now.
BKB TP away, but is there an anti-mage coming in? He's making his way over, but he doesn't have the blink, so there won't be an Abyssal Blade today. Still, though, BKB used.
So 30 seconds more. 20 on the Mudgolems. This is just buying time for the Aegis. like you said, it was a really worth kill. 2 supports for the Zeus. Forced Nigma all the way back to their side of the map, and Aegis time is in a way only 3 minutes left now. I want to say the later this game goes, I think Mudgolems are a little bit favored. Anti-Mage is soon to be 6 slotted, and then after that he can't really get anything more, right? So, and Void has a lot of room to grow. 33 just picked up a Nullifier. That's a pretty big item too.
Why is
against Zeus? For the Abyssal Blade. He just because he thinks the way that he's gonna lose the fight or not be able to battle is if he gets all his mana burned, right? Anti-Mage has to find him first.
Yeah, and I guess if the Zeus is close enough to cancel the Lincoln, but he's close enough to get chronoed. So. I don't hate it. It does feel like a big investment for something quite minor, but we'll see if it works out in the next engagement.
Maybe a Skadi could have been interesting as well, but I think the Lincoln's alright. It just feels awkward because it's kind of like a medium item, and we're like in a pretty super late game situation at the moment.
Yeah. Buying Skadi into a team without any heals never feels like a
Radiant
value.
Structures are fortified.
Meanwhile, Nigma gonna start knocking on the high ground, going for this tier 3. Miracle just chomping away at it. He's got himself a Solar Crest, he's got himself an Aegis, he's got himself a Skadi and a Leveler. So these buildings are gonna fall very quickly unless Mudgolems can do something about it. They do not want to chrono this anti-mage. He has an Aegis. They want to try and find someone on the backline. Right now, Miracle's really just getting away with smashing away at these barracks. Night Shadow comes out. They go for the wraparound. Can they go for the wraparound? I don't think they can. I think they just can't lose their barracks. They're going to have to watch Miracle taking their buildings, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Regeneration.
Oh, that's gonna feel bad. I feel they could have done something like screwing the anti-mage into the tower, into like a punch or something, try to force Nigma's backline to go in and try to help Miracle out, even though he has an Aegis. And then you kind of chrono the backline with like a smoke, but Mudgolems just decide to give it up altogether and just fight for the last racks instead. I imagine that's what like OG or something would have done, you know?
Yeah.
They would have tried to defend that rack. They would have taken any opportunities, like think of something creative to get the right team fight. But Mudgolems playing it very safe for sure right now.
Scanning.
It's gonna be done though, the Roshan, or sorry, the Aegis, 20 seconds.
Oh, hold on. Mudgolems looking for an engagement. The smoke's going to get popped. Milan just wants to blink himself away. He's not really interested in this, and GH is going to run into everybody, reveal all these smokes. The Thunder Gods comes down. Uh-oh, they're scared now. Mudgolems trying to run away. They didn't want to be seen doing this, and it looks like Magnus is probably going to get picked up unless he pops a BKB and runs himself out. They actually drop the Nullified down onto the Earth Spirit, trying to bring him down. They will be able to kill off GH at the very least, but Mudgolems, they popped 2 BKBs for this one. Meanwhile, Nigma are actually backing themselves away. They're not really going for this. They're very hard, as once again the illusion bait works out pretty well, baiting out the snowball. Zoro's going to get caught by a little ice shot, but everything's considered. Mudgolems are doing better out of this than I thought they would. They had to buy back on Fata. With these ultimates, Nigma are showing them a lot of respect.
They gotta go back. The top wave is pushing in. I mean, NP can do it, but I think Nigma have an opportunity to smoke and go top and catch 33 while he tries to defend Ace. Watch. Here we go. 5 seconds.
See it. 33, your days are numbered. Everybody channel your telekinetic energy to 33. Tell him to get out of here. He doesn't realize the danger he's in. Oh no, 33 gets dropped like a rock. You just can't see plays like that coming, unfortunately. Well predicted, but unfortunately that is your Nature's Prophet going down for a rather long time. However, the Aegis has now gone on Miracle, so
honestly, the play there, like when they walk into the high ground, if they somehow understood like how Nigma think and the moves like they like to do, they could have baited that NP there. That would have been big time. If when he gets jumped by the anti-mage, you drop a chrono on top and you just try to kill him out.
Could have been pretty sick as the Abyssal Blade comes down onto this Mirana. She's in some trouble, but they're going to be able to turn around with the Chrono.
No damage.
Skin is doing nothing. RP comes through though onto the 2. Surely they can get through.
No
They
damage.
just don't seem to have enough to rip through this anti-mage's defenses. They move across towards Kuro. That's a slightly easier target, but she's still pretty damn tanky. They will finish the job. And now Skinner starting to lose HP. Time Walk across though onto Miracle. He's going to pop the cheese. Try and turn it around onto the face of Spoy, but Miracle's not exactly taking heroes down at any kind of rate either. Supreme is going to be the victim. He's going to get popped. Has himself a buyback if they want to keep this fight going, but it doesn't look like they do. Mudgolems retreat to their high ground, and they're going to try and play it out. Unfortunately, they don't have their ultimates now, so Nigma are going to feel very, very inclined to come up this high ground and start bashing away at this tier 3 tower. And this is their final lane of barracks. Mudgolems do not have any more options left. They have to make this defense happen. Magnus is going to buy back right now. Nigma, are they going to respect it, or are they going to keep on fighting? Well, they're going to see what happens. The Abyssal Blade across onto the Nature's Prophet. 33 in some trouble, dropping down the mana point on top of him. 33 to get himself away. He's not going to be able to do so with the Spirit Vessel on top of him. Miracle will finish the job. He's going pretty deep for this one, but does he really care? Skin with the BKB gets on top of Miracle. Miracle just taking chunks out of the Magnus, and in comes the arena from Microtrol. He's pretty low. Does he care? Skinner controls up and brought down. He is gone. Everybody dead on the side of Mudgolems, except for Fata, who now gets beaten out of the fountain, and that is going to be everybody dead on their team. Nigma, they take game number 1. They did fight admirably on Mudgolems. Got to be said, it was a good performance from them. It is actually giving me hope that